Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Michael and this is PokeOz. If you haven't tuned into the channel before, welcome and hopefully you hang around. If you have tuned into the channel before, thanks for coming back. And if you're a member of the channel, I really appreciate the support. It means a lot. If you can leave a like on this video for the algorithm and even leave me a comment down below, on topic of course, that would be awesome. I think all those things help the algorithm. Well, this might be a somewhat unpopular opinion, especially with how rapidly Scarlet and Violet booster boxes have been rocketing up in price, is that Scarlet and Violet booster boxes are severely undervalued. And let me talk you through that. I'm going to run through some, I suppose, numbers and some rhyme and reason around what happens with singles pricing and what happens with sealed pricing, the correlation between the two of them over time, and what eventually happens to the sealed product. So here's my argument. Let me lay it out to you. At the moment, if you add up the total value of the top 20 hits inside the whole Scarlet and Violet era, and these are raw prices including Prismatic Evolutions, and keep in mind Prismatic Evolutions prices are pretty strong out of the gate. And I know it's not a booster box set, but just bear with me. Our top 20 prices for cards are around 7,000 US dollars, give or take, maybe $8,000, somewhere between 7,000 and 8,000 US dollars. Our booster box pricing is so far away from that, it's not even close. Our booster box pricing is current, or even if you add up elite trainer boxes. So let's just talk, I suppose, sealed pricing. So maybe I should reframe the argument. And this just shows that I do these videos on the fly and quite often not with any notes because I just love talking Pokemon investing and it just all comes out. If we talk sealed pricing, so including, Shrouded Fable Elite Trainer Box, Prismatic Evolutions Elite Trainer Box, 151 Elite Trainer Box, etc., we're sitting around $2,000 of value. So we're actually a really long way apart. So if we're sitting at $2,000 of $2,000 US dollars of value on the sealed product and about $7,000 to $8,000 value on the top 20 cards, we're miles apart. And as soon as Prismatic Evolutions got released, that singles price obviously shot up a lot because a lot of those top 20 singles are, of course, from Prismatic Evolutions. Now, look, that could change a little bit. Don't get me wrong. They've come out of the gate really hot. Is Sylveon going to hang on at a $500 card? Maybe. Could be more. Could go down to a $300 card. We know how tough pull rates are. We know how hard it is to get stock. We know how important that set is. We know how much people want to open it. They could hang on, they could move up even further, but at the moment, let's just work with what we know. We can't hold out a crystal ball and tell what's going to happen in the future. So $7,000 to $8,000 single prices and about $2,000 sealed product pricing. So my argument is, even at current prices and insane current prices, and how much the sealed product's risen up, I think it's still undervalued. Like if we look in 5 years' time or 10 years' time, you're going to be kicking yourself for not getting things like Twilight Masquerade booster boxes, Paldea Evolve booster boxes, even things like Temporal Forces and Paradox Rift booster boxes at current pricing. It's so far off. And let me talk you through this argument a bit more. Let's back it up with some evidence because that's what you do when you're presenting an argument, don't you? So this is what generally happens. If we look at Sword and Shield, right? And Sword and Shield has also been booming in the last 6 months. We all know that. We know Fusion Strike booster boxes have gone absolutely crazy. We know Lost Origin booster boxes have gone crazy. Brilliant Stars are starting to tear up. Even sets like Astral Radiance and Silver Tempest are starting to tear up. Even sets that have been so bad for so long, like Darkness Ablaze, are starting to move up. We should probably see sets like Vivid Voltage and Battle Styles maybe sell out on the Pokemon Center soon. And what are they going to do? They're going to tear up. They're not going to go down in price once they're sold out on the Pokemon Center. Once booster boxes are in the hands of the free market will control the price on it. So what's happened with Sword and Shield, right, is this very clear correlation at the moment between singles pricing and booster box pricing. So we're seeing booster box rise, and it's a bit like chicken and the egg, but we're also seeing singles absolutely rise as well. And Fusion Strike's probably the best example. Fusion Strike, if you literally put a line of the top 5 singles in the set, Gengar VMAX, Espeon VMAX, Mew VMAX, Mew V, whatever's 5th, Rainbow Mew or Celebi, whatever's the 5th most expensive card in the set, they would all, and booster box price, and lay those graphs over on the top of each other, they would literally be going up at the same rate, or they'd be so close to it, you'd barely be able to see the difference. So what I'm getting at is, as singles go up, the sealed goes up, or as sealed goes up, the singles go up. And it's a bit like the chicken and the egg, is it? Which one's causing the other one to rise? Is it because the box is getting rarer and people are scared that there's not going to be any more supply of the singles, therefore the singles go up? Or is it because the singles are going up that people want to rip more packs and therefore buy the boxes in the hope of pulling something, and whether it's on camera for stream or for their own personal collection or sending it off to get graded, whatever it might be. It's hard to say. It's such a complicated thing. However, there's a clear correlation between the singles price and the sealed price. We all know that. Now, if we rewind back to Sun and Moon era, and we look at the price of the top 20 singles, and we look at the price of all the booster boxes or sealed product combined, we start to see something really interesting. So and I know I don't have any graphics on here, so bear with me, but if we start at Scarlet and Violet, right? If we're at $7,000 to $8,000 for the singles and we're at $2,000 for the sealed price, we're miles apart. If we jump into Sword and Shield and we look at our singles price and our sealed price, we see this really neat correlation between the two of them over time. And what you'll find is we're not that far apart with top 20 single price and sealed price. We're not far apart at all. What we find though when we get to Sun and Moon, as booster boxes get older and rarer and more expensive, they're actually starting to touch on each other. So the top, the sealed price, so the price of the booster boxes and elite trainer boxes, and the top 20 singles, and that sealed product is about to overtake or starting to overtake the top 20 single price. In fact, it has overtaken it. Now, quick interlude to the video. I wanted to give a shout out to today's video sponsor, which is Poke Notify. We're going to do another 2-week block together. We all know how hard it is to get Pokemon product at the moment. Poke Notify is a Discord you can join up to. It's a great community on there. You'll be able to talk to like-minded people on there. I'll leave a link to the description for the Discord, the website, and the Instagram page, all the links in the description of this video. Whether you're in Australia, Canada, United States, Europe, UK, wherever it might be, it gives you drops in your local area. So local places in your country where you can pick up product as soon as it hits websites essentially. And the community talks about what deals are around, so you can try and pick up the best products that you can. It's a great Discord, and I urge everyone to jump in there. If you use the code POKEOZ_25, you'll get 25% off, but you do get 3 days for free just to trial the Discord. If you don't like it, you can jump out. If you do like it, use my code and join up for a discount. Right, back onto where we're up to with Sun and Moon. So the price of the sealed started to overtake, and you might go, why is that? Why does the sealed price start overtaking the singles price? And that's because the sealed product essentially becomes a collectible in its own right. Why? Because it's getting rarer and rarer, isn't it? As more and more gets opened, there's less and less sealed. I know that sounds like 1 + 1 = 2, but sometimes people just don't think about that. And it's actually really, really common sense, isn't it? I'm sure a lot of you guys and girls watch who just going, yeah, of course it is, Michael. And that's why. And then if we go even further back in time to XY era, we start to see that really, really, really change. So we go Scarlet and Violet, Sword and Shield, Sun and Moon, and then XY. And as we get older and older, like if we go back to the EX era and we're looking at, Team Rocket Returns booster boxes, Holland Phantom booster boxes, Dragon Frontiers booster boxes, the sealed booster box combined price from the EX era so far eclipses the top singles price, it's not even an equation. So that's why I'm telling you, and that's why my argument is, at the moment, it might seem like we're all paying a lot for products. It might seem like booster boxes for Scarlet and Violet, which are quite modern boxes, have shot up in price so much. But if your game plan is to actually hold them for the long term, at the moment, based off singles pricing and how far ahead they are from sealed pricing, sealed product from Scarlet and Violet is so criminally underrated and undervalued. It just is. And I know, like, as a set first comes out and the era's super new, we should have access to sealed product. There should be enough printed that people should be able to, open it, enjoy it, collect it, keep it sealed if they want to, sell it off, whatever the reason might be. The hobby should essentially be a space for everyone except scalpers. But you get my point. At the moment, it is undervalued. If you plan on buying products and holding it for 5 or 10 years, the Scarlet and Violet sealed product is so undervalued. Paradox Rift, Temporal Forces, if you're holding for 10 years and you can still get them at 140 US dollars or 150 US dollars, I haven't even checked the prices of them. They're so criminally undervalued in the long term of things. Like, even if you look at some of the subpar XY sets, they're starting to take off. You know, even like Steam Sieges outperform some of the best. Even if you look at some of the worst Sun and Moon sets as well, like Guardians Rising this year has outperformed Cosmic Eclipse and Unified Minds and Unbroken Bonds. Like, it's just undervalued. I hope my argument made a bit of sense. Sorry I didn't have any graphs up on the screen. It was just one of those videos where I guess you listen to me talk essentially, but you get my point. I hope that difference between singles price and sealed price makes sense, and that over time the sealed price becomes its own collectible, and eventually we'll see the same pattern repeat during Scarlet and Violet. I'm Michael, this is PokeOz. Catch everyone next time.